Hello everyone. Today we are going to interview Huub Artz, the European Championship in the in the category under 23. Congratulations for the victory, and thanks
Thank you.
for coming to my channel. Well, first of all, we are going to make a short test about some dates of yourself. What is your full name?
My name is Huub Artz, and I'm 22 years old. I've been cycling for I think since 2012, I think, and I think the Europeans Championship is my biggest achievement yet in my career.
And some questions more. Where did you born and where do you live right now?
I was born in the Netherlands in a small village near Eindhoven, and I still live there. So I'm planning to move next year so I can go to a place with more mountains and go there to train.
Because I imagine in Holland there is any mountains. There is no
Yeah,
mountains,
true.
sorry.
Where I live, it's fully flat, so when I have to train a lot, I often go to France or Germany or Belgium for some hills.
What is your height and your weight?
I'm 1 meter 86 and currently about 71 kilos.
So, what type of cyclist are you?
I would say I'm pretty all round. I think I've proven it this year already. In Oman, I was third in the Queen stage of hill, and I was also top 10 in Liège, Liège U23, but also in classic races like Roubaix and Gent-Wevelgem, I did a good result. So I think I can do multiple parkours.
Your favorite race and your favorite rider?
Favorite race, well, to watch, I love to watch Tour de France, but to ride, I would say like the classics like Gent-Wevelgem or like the last Europeans suit me perfectly because it's mostly flat, but there are some hills, but not that hard. And this combination I really like. And my favorite rider is Mathieu van der Poel. Ever since I started cycling, he's my biggest idol, and yeah, still he's performing at the highest level on the world. So yeah, I wish to reach close to his level someday.
I imagine that Van der Poel is a hero in Holland.
Yeah, true. I think cycling in the Netherlands is not as big as in like Belgium, but most people know Mathieu, and yeah, he's in my opinion the best cyclist in the world, and yeah, he's just everything about him makes him an icon for the sport.
And also the Visma team. There is a huge impact with Vingegaard, with a lot of riders like Hessing and Kruijswijk. So there is
Yes,
a lot of riders with very high level.
yeah, true. Um, a few years back when the team was still Rabobank, it was yeah, really great impact on the Netherlands cycling. And first, Lotto Jumbo was not the best team in the world, but they made a huge development and they got more international riders, and now yeah, they are the best teams in the world. And yeah, it's nice to see that they can develop Dutch riders to a high level like that.
And just to finish this short test, your favorite food and your favorite music?
Phew, I think generally Italian food is really good with pasta and pizza and lasagna. But I would say pizza is my favorite. And you asked favorite music?
Yes.
For it's a bit all over the place. I like rap, but also techno and house and some old classic rock songs.
Well, Now to start the interview, I would like to ask you about your beginnings in cycling. How was it?
Cycling was always part of the family from both my dad's side as my mom's side. We had my uncles did races and my father did too, and his sisters also. And my dad and mom met at the race. So yeah, when I got older, like 10 years old, he introduced me to cycling, and me and my brother and my nephew, we started at the local club, and from there on we got more fanatic with racing and training, and by the years I grew to a talented cyclist.
How many years have you been in cycling?
I think it's
More or
about
less.
12 years or whatever with racing, so quite a lot. I think that also helps a lot with races now that I have the experience from young, that it's really the basics come naturally to me now. And I think it's quite a big advantage for especially for a classic rider like me.
Hmm. For you, what are your main victories as your trajectory in cycling under 16?
Uh, I think in my second year of cycling, I became Dutch champion in cyclocross, and for me that was a pretty big achievement, and also gave me confidence that I could become a good cyclist later. And then for some years, when I was like 16, I had a not so good moment when I was still not so strong. And when I was junior, I grew a bit stronger, and then the results came back a bit. And especially the last years, I made big progress. And yeah, this year especially was by far the best year of my career.
So, what memories do you have about these 2 years in the junior category?
Um, Remember that as a first year, I was selected for the national team training camp, and it was a bit of a surprise for me because back then I wasn't that strong and didn't do very well in the races. But I knew I had potential, and I wanted to show it on training camp and on the races. And I did a good race in the beginning of the year, and therefore I got selected for the Tour de la Paix in Czechia, the peace race. And from then on, I got into the picture for the national coach. And when I was second year junior, it was a COVID year, but I had really good shape and I showed some good results on training. And yeah, unfortunately, I only did the European race, championship, but apart from that, there weren't many races, and I crashed there, so it was hard to show myself. But I was good enough to get a contract at Maytag.
I saw that you compete against Arnaud Delay and Pavel Bittner, two riders of the World Tour. How was that?
Pavel Bittner, you said?
Pavel Bittner and Delay, Arnaud Delay.
Oh yeah, true. Yes, there are quite a lot of riders back in the junior category that now are World Tour, and next year I will be too. So it's fun to see other guys also progress, and sometimes it's surprising to see also for myself as an example to see great development in a short time. And yeah, I'm excited to go into the next years in the World Tour and build some friendships, because I've already noticed now that I know I will become pro. You make connection with other riders that become pro in the race, and that way you become friends. And yeah, it's cycling is not only about winning, but it's also really nice to have friendships around races. And yeah.
Before to talk about your plans for the next year, I would like to ask you about how was your first years in semi-professional cyclist?
I was still in school. I had the last year in school, so I had to work pretty hard to get my diploma. So I had to focus a bit less on cycling, and I think that's also why I wasn't from the start one of the best. And as a first year, it's also normal that you're not competing for the win. So I took time to develop and also learn in the races and help my teammates. And the second year, I became ill after the winter and therefore had a pretty bad season. And still, I learned a lot about myself and about cycling, also how to uh, ride in a way that you can conserve your energy. If you're not one of the strongest, you need to be smart in a race. And when I was getting better and stronger in the third year, and also this year, I used that knowledge and combined it with strength to ride for a result.
This year you have several top 10 in classic races and some good results in the races with World Tour teams. Did you expect that to good results?
Um, yeah, in a way, I expected it, but not. I would say I hoped for it, but not really. Yeah, it was my goal, but it was not clear from the start that I would achieve it. But pretty soon in the winter, I made a lot of progress, and then yeah, those goals become more clear, and you can really work towards the races. And I had a really good preparation with the team for the classic races, and also I really was motivated for the races with the World Tour to show myself on that level. So therefore, I was able to do some good results.
A question that I forgot. How was the interest of Intermarché under 23 to join with you for this year? How was this signing?
Um, I I only did some good results in the end of the season, so it was pretty hard for me to sign with a good team, with the pro team, and therefore after I won in Bassenge, national race, Intermarché Devo team contacted me because they were also riding there and they liked my style of racing and they saw potential in me. And then we got on a Zoom call with Eike Visbeek, the team manager, and the coach of the Devo team. And they introduced me to the structure of the team and the plans that they had for developing me. And yeah, with seeing that, I was pretty fast convinced that this would be the right step for me. And also, they were the only team that showed some clear plan and some really, yeah, interest in me. So this gave me confidence that it would be the right step.
So for you, it's a good decision to move to Intermarché.
Yeah, and now when I look back, I don't think there's any other team where I would progress this well because what I like the most about this team is that I can do what I like, and um, I have a really good trainer, um, and he also knows that I want to keep my training in a way that I can also enjoy myself. So sometimes when you're tired, it's okay to do a bit shorter training, or when I'm motivated and I feel energized, I can do a bit longer or whatever. It's not very strict, and I really like that about the team.
Moreover, you finished 11th in the Arctic Race of Norway, a professional race with very good riders. How was this race for you?
Yes, this was went better than I expected. I went to Norway to train mostly for the Giro Next Gen, but it turned out that I was in really good shape already. And on the first day, I was working for Lorenzo Rota and Rein Taramay for the GC. But on the final climb, I had one of the best performances I ever did, and I started in the back of the peloton, and I moved all the way up to the 11th place that stage. And they saw that I had really good level, and therefore they said I could go my own chance the day after that in the uphill climb finish. And also there I had a really good performance and could maintain a good position in the GC. And yeah, the day after was a sprint, which suited me well. And the day after that was, yeah, like I said, I'm a bit all round, so I like most parkers. And when I have really good shape, I show that I can do a good result on a level like that.
And how is being with Taramay? Because it's a rider with a very long experience in the category.
Yeah, true. I learned a lot in the few days that I had raced with him because I've only raced with him in Norway, and every day after the race he would text me or say something to me like, "Pay attention to this, and next time you can improve on this." And I think that's really good of him to invest his knowledge in younger riders, and especially when he was not in a good shape like then, he still tries to help the team by giving advice to someone like me who can still learn a lot. So it's really nice to ride with experienced riders like that.
Also, you won the Ghent Belgian under 23 and the stage 7 of the Giro under 23. How was these two wins?
Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful days of my life. I think the first big victory in Ghent came as a big surprise to me. Um, yeah, it was a mark for my hard work and the end of a difficult period personally. And the way I won the race was yeah, better than I could have expected with a big solo. So yeah, the feeling of riding there in the front alone with a big gap and having really good legs is just the best feeling there is. And in the Giro, we lost one of the best riders the day before I won. Wouter Toussaint, he crashed and he was in fifth place in GC, I think, back then. So we had, yeah, we didn't have the best cards to do a good result in the Giro. And I crashed early in the stage, but still made it to the breakaway. And yeah, also then I found really good legs in the final climbs to win a race like in Italy with all the decorations and the supporters is yeah, it's really beautiful memory to me.
So for you, what is your favorite race in the category under 23?
I've never done the World Championship, so this year will be my first. I think it will be a very beautiful race, but
And a hard race.
yeah, very hard indeed. Also some really good riders that are riding there, like Del Toro and Blackmore and Morgado, who perform with the pros a lot. So it will be an interesting race. But for me, the Paris-Roubaix was the first time for me also this year, and it is a race like no other with the cobbles and the supporters. It's unforgettable race, and I can't wait to ride it with the pros one day.
Do you have in mind to win a Paris-Roubaix in some years?
Well, it's hard to say now, but of course I would love to, but yeah, I would love to first have a goal in mind to ride the race and maybe even do a final. And yeah, I hope to still develop the coming years, and maybe in 4 or 5 years I reach a higher level and maybe I can fight for the win then.
Well, recently you won the European Championship in Limburg, Belgium. Did you have
Yeah.
in mind at least having a medal?
Um, I knew it was a parkour that suited me very well, but yeah, I knew that there would have to be wind for me to do a good race, I think, because normally it's very likely for there to be a bunch sprint. Also, if you look at all the other races, only the men's junior and the U23 race for men was a very competitive race, and the rest was a bunch sprint. So yeah, um, how the race turned out to go, like 70, 80K to the finish was a big group, 14 guys, including me, who got away. And yeah, this was the perfect situation. And yeah, in the end, if I look back on the race, this is how I like the race to be. Make it a hard race, and have a battle with other riders who have been exhausted throughout the whole race. And yeah, I know that I can be fast in the end. So I was confident in my sprint against the German guy, and yeah, it turned out to be a good sprint. So yes, it's still hard to believe sometimes that I actually won this race, but yeah, it's really amazing.
When you knew that you won against the German rider, how was that? How was your feelings in mind?
Um, I think the last 5K, when he attacked for the first time, I was a bit surprised because somehow I was more focused on the French guy. I thought he was the strongest at the moment because he was very strong in the beginning of the race, and he started to do shorter terms in the end. So I thought he was saving energy for an attack. But then Berends went, and yeah, I had to think for a moment if I would chase him or let the French guy do it. But yeah, apparently he was dead, and yeah, I couldn't wait any longer. So, there was a really beautiful battle. We were very, how do I say? Yeah, we had the same level that day, I think, and it was 50-50 who would win the sprint,
Hmm.
because obviously it was a hard race, and if you have a race like that, you're never 100% sure if your legs will do the sprint you hope. But I did one of my best sprints I ever did, so yeah, it was the perfect moment for a good sprint.
And just to finish the interview, well, the next 2 seasons are you're going to be part from the first team of Intermarché.
Yeah.
How was how is your plans for that?
I think I'm going to work a lot this winter to grow more to being a full classics rider, because I look back at this season and I learned that the level, the climbing level, the level for uphill races is incredibly high, and you have to be one of the best in the world to ride for a win. And I know that I am really fast, and if I can get stronger, I think I can excel in the classic races. So I would rather be specialized in one thing and not, yeah, to do all the things, but not for the win. So I hope to grow to be a better classics rider, and the team will also build a team for to support Biniam, Girmay in the classics and in the tour. So yeah, I hope to be of value in the lead out train also.
Because to make up good results in the GC, you don't expect that.
No, honestly, Being a GC rider, you need to be very patient and very precise with nutrition and training, and yeah, um, it doesn't really suit my character. I like to attack and go all in on day one, so to speak, and therefore I think trying to be a classic a GC rider or a climber doesn't really suit my way of racing and also my physique. So at the high, like I said, at the high level, it's very hard to be one of the best climbers, and the classics suit me better.
How do you see the junior cycling in your country?
Junior cycling, you said?
Yes, the junior
Uh,
riders of your country.
yeah, they are a few years younger than me, obviously, so I don't really know them personally.
Do you
But
have any name in mind?
yeah, well, I talked to Senna Romein at the Europeans, and he sounds like a bit like me, like he's relaxed, and I think he can still make a lot of progress if he said to me like um, at junior, at even the categories before that, there's already super professional way of training and everything around the races. And I think we both agree that it's not really the correct way if you're that young and living that professionally, so you cannot make a lot development at a later stage. So I think riders like him can still progress a lot the coming years, and it's also necessary because, yeah, if you're a good junior, it's not a guarantee that you will become a good pro. And you also have to make a progress in the U23 category before you become a very good pro. So nowadays you see that the young riders are becoming pro very young age, and I think in my case it shows that it's also possible to take some more time to develop, and there's nothing wrong with that. And maybe in the future, it even shows it's a better approach because yeah, you still need to perform at a professional level for over 10 years, and if you already maxed out everything at the age of 17, um, yeah, uh, I will see. I don't know how it will be in the future if you can still make progress. So.
And what are your main goals for the rest of the season? And do you have in mind to make some cyclocross?
Well, of course, the Worlds is a big goal, but now that I won the Europeans, it's not. I feel no pressure. It's just a very cool experience to ride there, and I think I can do a good result if I have no stress and have good shape. And also, I want to ride a good race in Paris Tour, where I will wear the European jersey for the first time in a race. And in the cyclocross, I hope I get some opportunities from the team that I can ride some cyclocross races, but only if it suits well with my preparations for the classic season.
Okay. So nothing more, Hub. Thanks for this talk. Good luck with this last part of the season,
Thank you.
and good luck with the next year because there is a special year for you.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. Yeah.
Well, thanks for my audience and nothing more. Goodbye, everyone.